where we where were we at? Money supply, sum of money with the public, CASA plus handle the public plus post office. Seven, not fixed deposit affect deposit transfer will not affect money supply because the money supply itself says that current account, saving account, public in the hand of money in the hands of public plus post office deposit. Monetary policy by RBI objective to control money supply. How do they do? By controlling and interest rate, regulation of interest rate, composition tree from RBI, tree from government, and headed by governor of RBI for 4 years, minimum for at least 4 times in a year meetings, and the tool of RBI to control inflation, quantitative control, qualitative control. Quantitative basically numbers, deals with number like repo rate, reverse repo rate, SLR, CRR, open market operation, um, banks rate, it's a rate at which gives loan to its client. Qualitative is direct action, moral suasion, credit rationing. We have SLR regulated under Banking Act, Banking Regulation Act, where you have to keep certain amount of money in the bank's vault. That is 18% of whatever you have deposit, whatever. So sum of 18% of net demand and time liabilities. Net demand and time liabilities. It should be with the banks itself, and they can be in the form of cash. It can be in the form of cash, bonds, or gold. There's no interest rate in it. However, in government security, or in case of CRR, stands for capital reserve ratio. The money is deposited to the reserve bank, RBI, yes, and no interest rate again, and it should be deposited in cash. It is regulated under Reserve Bank of Indian Act 1934. Repo rate at which banks take loan from RBI. That's called repo rate. And when RBI takes loan from banks, this is called reverse repo rate. And usually reverse repo rate is lower than the repo rate. And how they do decide repo rate? It's not an interest rate. It's basically buying and selling of collateral or security. That is called security is done on discounted rate. That means a bank is taking a loan from RBI, then the bank will give a security that is written 100, and in return that is, let's say, 10% interest out of 100%. And if RBI gives 10% interest loan to these banks, that means then the bank have to transfer. Wait, okay, this is the last. After that, I'm not gonna explain because it's consuming a lot of time. So 100%, 100 rupees security is given to the RBI, and the RBI will give at a 10%. Okay, so 10% they will control it, right? They will manage, they will subtract it, the amount it will be 10%. How much is 10% of 100? That is 10, right? So 90 rupees support, 90 rupees will be paid by the RBI. So at the time of purchasing, now RBI banks promise to purchase it from the RBI, and when RBI purchase it back the security from the RBI, it has to pay 1,100 100 rupees to the RBI. That's how max interest. So discounted rate, it is given at a discount. 90 is the discounted rate, 100 is the actual. So not an interest rate. And open market, what is open market? We're selling and buying of security, government security happens. eKuber is the platform where all this activity happens, and then grant a bank at which loans and LAE liquid adjustment facilities, repo rate and reverse repo rate comes under this. Standard deposit facilities, deposit, it's a deposit with the bank without collateral, and you'll get interest surplus of the banks, you get the interest. And marginal standing is what is marginal standing? It's a minimum overnight rate. It's rate you can take loan if, see, if you're taking loan from bank, you cannot exceed SLR, right? Under this marginal standing facilities, you can exceed SLR quota, and then you can get, but you have your interest rate will also rise. That means repo rate plus 1. This is the rate you have to pay. And long term there are no buyback. eKuber market operation. Wholesale price index and consumer price index, two types. Office of Economic Advisor and CSO, Central Statistic Office. And then we have cover good only, it cover goods and services, manufacturing, manufacturing, wholesaler and consumers. Mainly who are involved is manufacturing wholesalers. And the best year is 2011-12 and 2012 for CPI, inflation control. Mainly consumption. What is it? Main consumption is manufacturing. Manufacturing includes which one? Manufacturing, and then fuel, primary, food and beverage at top, and then miscellaneous, highest prior weightage given to the CPI and WPI respectively. India uses inflation CPI, uses in CPI, yes. And GDP deflator is also to calculate to measure the inflation of the country, but it covers the overall inflation, not small good or basket. GDP overall country, that is nominal. How do you find deflator? Nominal GDP minus real GDP into 1000, and the increase in GDP deflator, that means there is inflation. And if 1, that means there is no inflation. If minus, that means country is not, country is worse in the economy, bad economy condition. So increasing GNP means inflation growth, that means growth happened in the country. Value 1 means inflation. If value is 1 means no inflation, yes. Of course, there's no increase in price of the commodities or goods. Alright, it is called implicit GDP deflator. Entire good basket of nation. And RBI, what is RBI? You have to understand. Central Bank apex body of banking. RBI, Reserve Bank of India, equal contemporary to the Fed, yes, Fed. And Royal Commission is related to the reform. Calcutta 1935, establishment of RBI, initially private owned bank, nationalized in 1949. Yes, Young Hilton Commission also associated with it. Composition is board of director for 4 years, executive head, governor, and Osborne Smith. Osborne Smith, or is it Osborne Smith first, and C.D. Deshmukh first Indian. First governor was Osborne Smith. Function is monetary authority. He RBI is the monetary authority, regulator and supervisor of financial system, and manage foreign exchange, issue currency. Exactly. So monetary अथॉरिटी कैसे मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी बनाता है, प्राइस स्टेबिलिटी करता है, उसके बाद प्रोटेक्ट डिपॉजिट का interest of depositors, right? If I have deposited money, how do I know that my money is secure? So if a particular bank is supervised by the RBI, then it is assured or it is secured. Okay, suspension of no banking financial companies are in research RNS of banks regulation, and yes, regulation of banking regulation act. Manage foreign exchange, right? Facilitate external and internal trade. Sole right to issue currency in India. Yes, RBI has the sole right to issue currency in India. Currency flow. It maintains the currency flow, right? And destroy the all currency unnecessary or outdated currency. Liabilities, asset. What is liabilities? Liabilities is basically what the government has to pay, and assets is what it has money that it will get in the future. So liabilities, whatever deposits by the people will whatever deposits made by the clients will be considered as liabilities, because RBI have to pay back, right? And printing liabilities, right? क्योंकि प्रिंट कर रहे हैं तो वापस प्रिंट कर रहे हैं तो गवर्नमेंट मतलब कि पैसा देगा, उसको वो डिफिजिट क्रिएट होगा, उसको वो पे करना पड़ेगा, उसका डिपॉजिट जो है पब्लिक का उसको पे करना पड़ेगा. नॉट हेल्थ इन द पब्लिक डिपार्टमेंट, नॉट हेल्थ इन द बैंकिंग डिपार्टमेंट. उसका बैंकिंग डिपार्टमेंट में जो भी पैसा है वो सब पब्लिक का पैसा है, सो वो लाइबिलिटीज़ है. नॉट इन सर्कुलेशन, वो भी लाइबिलिटीज़ है. उसके बाद फॉरेन का जो एसेट्स है, फॉरेन एसेट्स उसको करेंसी में एक्सचेंज हो सकता है. उसके बाद बिल परचेस एंड डिस्काउंट. बिल परचेस वो है आपका एसेट, उसका जो कोलेटरल कमर्शियल बैंक और लोन्स एडवांसेस जो लोन दिया है उसका इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. तो लोन जो एसेट है रुपी सिक्योरिटी प्लस गोल्ड कॉइन बुलियन. व्हाट इज दिस? 2020 इंडियन फॉरेस्ट रिजर्व रिकॉर्ड कितना तक पहुँचा? वाओ, इट्स लाइक 700 बिलियन क्रॉस किया, 700 बिलियन. बैंकर टू बैंक्स, लेंडर ऑफ लास्ट रिजर्व बोलते हैं. बैंकर टू कोई भी अगर लोन नहीं देता है तो RBI का पास, अगर बैंक जो डूबने वाला है और कोई उसको दूसरा बैंक से लोन नहीं देता है तो वो RBI के पास जाकर लेता है. बैंकर्स टू द गवर्नमेंट, मनी गवर्नमेंट को मनी देता है. मैनेज पब्लिक डेब्ट, जो भी पब्लिक डेब्ट होगा ये मैनेज करता है. गवर्नर हेड ऑफ द कैबिनेट से अपॉइंट करता है, ये अपॉइंटमेंट होता है. मिनिमम रिजर्व ऑफ RBI कितना होगा? 118, no, that's 300 200 करोड़, 200 करोड़ जिसमें 118 आपका 118 जो 100 CR and 85 CR गोल्ड में ना करें ना, 100 CR गोल्ड में मैंने. उसके बाद फॉरेन करेंसी 85 CR. Deposit insurance, credit guarantee corp and Indian financial technology that service, Reserve Bank of information return from whole. Wholly owned subsidiary. wholly owned subsidiary. 5 lakhs आपको इंश्योरेंस मिलता है इसके अंदर. डिपॉजिट इंश्योरेंस एंड क्रेडिट गारंटी कोऑपरेशन. बैंक कवर्स CB, RRB, लोकल एरिया बैंक्स, कोऑपरेटिव बैंक, ये सबको ना. RRB, लोकल एरिया बैंक्स, कोऑपरेटिव बैंक को 5 लाख अगर डूब जाता है तो 5 लाख का इंश्योरेंस आता है. एंड देन इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर रिटर्न फ्रॉम फॉरेन करेंसी एज प्रिंटिंग ऑफ expenditure, printing of currency, staff expenditure. इनकम प्रिंटिंग करेगा तो पैसा जाएगा. स्टाफ को एक्सपेंडिचर होता है. रिटर्न फ्रॉम फॉरेन करेंसी से जो रिटर्न मिलता है. इंटरेस्ट ऑन गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स, इंटरेस्ट RBI के पास डिपॉजिट होता है. और interest on lending to commercial banks. फिजिकल पॉलिसी और मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी में क्या डिफरेंस है? फिजिकल पॉलिसी जो गवर्नमेंट बनाते हैं, मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी जो आरबीआई बनाता है, मॉनेटरी इंटरेस्ट रेट का ऊपर है बस, और ये पॉलिसी मेन है, ये मेन है गवर्नमेंट इंटरेस्ट रेट और गवर्नमेंट स्पेंडिंग। उसके बाद नो स्पेसिफिक टारगेट, इसमें स्पेसिफिक टारगेट होता है एक्सचेंज रेट 115 crore is to be in gold and 85 crore to be in cash. Right, financial market, money market, and you have capital market. दो टाइप है, कैपिटल लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए होता है और जो एसेट क्रिएट करता है। कैपिटल मार्केट लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए गवर्नमेंट सेक्ट होता है और बॉन्ड्स होता है, डिबेंचर होता है, एंड देन मनी मार्केट जो गवर्नमेंट का होता है, गवर्नमेंट की ट्रेजरी बिल एंड क्रेडिट MBS, credit management bill, and then if you see the private लोग क्या देता है, private लोग participatory note and commercial paper देते हैं, participatory note and commercial paper, everyone can no interest. Treasury bill में भी state cannot issue treasury bill, state cannot issue, सिर्फ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इशू करता है treasury bill। गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी स्टेट दे सकता है, गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी, बट treasury bill state can issue government security, but state cannot issue treasury bill। treasury bill short term होता है, cash management, CM, cash management, cash management, what is it? Cash management bond, cash management, private participatory. Yeah, we have bond, debenture, and long term, basically primary market and secondary market capital. Primary market जहाँ जब not listed, they are sold directly to the public, not listed, yeah, riskier. And secondary market when listed in the stock, writer होते हैं, so seller को बोलते हैं off writer, right is something like that, and listed Bombay stock, yeah, national stock, all this in Asia is Bombay stock is all this in Asia. And then you have equity and debenture. What is the difference? Equity riskier, debenture not risky, not fixed no interest rate, fixed interest rate. You get the ownership of the company, no ownership. Liquidity is first, if you want to liquidate, if the company gets, if you have invested in a particular company, if that company is about to get bankrupt, then you will get the return, right? Liquidity. However, in case of equity, all your clients will be paid first, and then if there is remaining, then you will be given your share, okay, value of your share, right? And then principal is not returned, principal amount is returned. Boom and recession, it's such a boom, and economy increases, recession when economy falls. And what happens with respect to the government security? If there is a boom, then people will opt for the private bonds and debentures, obviously. And if there is a recession, that means they will go for the government security because it's more secure, right? Government guarantees many, like guarantees to pay you back your minimum amount. Yeah, it's okay. Participatory notes, it's a controversial because of anonymity and no account required. You can just invest through any party, like the bank, any banks, like, so it can be means to invest black money into the country. Like WMA, WA means and advances is a short-term loan by banks, government, RBI to the government. Sorry, it's government from RBI overnight. It's an overnight quick need for a quick need from a state bank can opt for this. Yeah, state bank can opt. I know, I remember state government can also opt for this to make the necessary expenditure. And then you have promissory note. It's a note between two parties promised to be paid in the future. Call option, put option are here. And commercial paper is given by a merchant to its client, but it's not secure. Discount at a discounted rate, not secure. Certificate of deposit, secure. Certificate of deposit, banks to clients, interest rate. They are tradable. You have certificate of deposit, how many American depository receipt. This is an example. Global depository receipt, and then Indian depository receipt. Commercial bills, margins, and call money. You call money and the notice money between two banks, 2 to 14 days. And then you have mutual fund. IIB is inflation index bond. That means if you're purchasing this bond, if you have purchased this bond and in the future you face inflation in the economy, since we know that the bond and the bond is directly related, or to bond is directly affected by the inflation, so government secures it to get the confidence of its client. Like, even if there is inflation in the there if even if inflation comes in the future, government under this bond, government secures its return, good return. Bonds and yields, what's the relationship? Bond and yield. Price of the bond is inversely proportional to yield. What does it mean? If the price of the bond increases in the market, its yield decreases, and if the price decreases, yield increases. That's all. Why? Because demand of the bond increases, then bond prices also increases and yield decreases. Everyone is purchasing bond. It's all just people get interest rate decreases. Just people prefer government security and what is investment fund? Investment fund? That's a investment fund. It's a type of collection of the funds of money of the people and investing it into a particular company. For example, mutual fund, where people with mutual interests comes together and collect yes together collect their money and deposit in a particular firm, and interest will be equally distributed according to the share, and yeah, interest will be distributed according to the share. And hedge fund is a same as mutual fund. The only difference is that these are handled by the experts. Angel fund is funds of the rich investors. Anchor fund is angel investors, and angel funds. Anchor and angel. What is the difference between angel funds? Okay, recently angel tax was abolished. Anchor is a profit motive, small. Okay, investor for profit. Anchor is to support enterprises, small enterprises. For example, Shark Tank. They can be called as anchor fund. They come together. They put their money for the. Do they at some point that they have a motive of making profit, right? However, they can be called as anchor because they are supporting the small entrepreneurs. So REITs and invites. REITs, RIT, and invites for one is for infrastructure, real estate, and one is for infrastructure, regulated by SEBI. A statutory body. Initially, it was in 1988. It was established. Um, Sovereign Wealth Fund is a government fund. When government has surplus of government is invested in stock. And gilt edge fund security is a government security. ADR, GDR, and IDR, deposit receipt given to depositors by bank. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Fund, multiple asset. ETF, example Bharat 25 is an example of ETF. They are tradable and can be sold, regulated by ICICI. Few terms like Daba trading, it's illegal. You cannot do this. And circuit breakers is halt in investment trading during the day, and then insider trading to sell it before listing it in the stock, before listing into the stock. And then sovereign gold fund. This is basic aim of sovereign gold fund is to bring the ideal goals of Indian into the market. That means they are tradable. Interest rate, of course, no capital gain tax since it is tradable. And FS junk bond is the bond of junk bond is a bond. Junk bond is a bond offered by low related company. It FSDC is financial stability. D stands for financial stability report council, not statutory body. Raghuram committee. FS stability, no idea. Budget. Okay, we have budget. There are two types of budget. One is receipt, the other is expenditure. Receipt and expenditure, whatever you get, whatever government gets, whatever amount money or revenue of the government is called receipt. Expenditure, wherever the amount government spend. So we have to understand receipt is where the money goes, where it comes, how they are categorized on the basis of the method of money comes, or the way the money comes to the government. For example, one is revenue receipt, other is capital receipt. Revenue receipt basically do not affect the assets, and capital receipts which affect the assets of the government. And this is again divided into taxation and non-taxation. Taxation basically involves income, GST, income tax and GST, where and the non-tax source, this in dividends, grants, and interest rate. Again, capital receipt, receipt, right? How do you get capital receipt? Like I said, it affect the assets. So this investment, borrowing, your borrowing will affect your asset. You get the money though, borrowing, this investment, and how capital and this investment is very good example. Capital assets, recovery of loans. Also, you can also say that long term, which is from the long term, recovery of loan is a long term, borrowing is also for long term, this investment long term. And expenditure, where do government makes its expenditure? Number one is revenue expenditure, where revenue expenditure and capital expenditure, short term, It is for salaries, pension, scholarship, and interest payment, right? And capital is a loan, capital expenditure, loan given, grants to the state for the development, loans, long-term grants given to the development of state. And then you have plan and unplanned expenditure. This is also another point, another important plan, plan expenditure, unplanned plan and unplanned expenditure. If you know, unplanned expenditure are those expenditure which need to be met no matter what. For example, not investing for not investing. You will not say and investing exactly. Pension is an unplanned. Salaries, these are unplanned, and the expenditure on defense, these are not planned. Planned are like this investment, you can say. And now the interesting part here. Deficits, I think we can expect questions from deficit. Deficit, what are the types? Number one, deficits. Number one is revenue deficit. Okay, revenue deficit. Number two is fiscal deficit. Number three is primary deficit. Number four is effective deficit. And number five is twin deficit. Twin deficit. Revenue is basically total expenditure minus total revenue receipt minus total revenue expenditure, and it's total receipt minus total expenditure. And then primary is at the pay, right? Primary. Enjoy and payment. And it's fiscal deficit minus borrowing. And effective is fiscal deficit minus what? Payment. I have to pay payment हम करना है. Then this is deficit, current account deficit, as well as fiscal deficit. No. Current account deficit and fiscal deficit, what fiscal deficit, current account together. Let's check this out. I have to pay, right? Interest payment. Is that correct? Interest payment. Don't tell me. Interest payment, yaar. Primary effective is borrowing. Not to get confused. Including borrowing. What a mess. Fiscal deficit is basically total expenditure minus total revenue, right? And now I have to find primary deficit. What is this? Fiscal deficit minus fiscal deficit minus interest payment. One. And number two is effective, excluding borrowing here. You don't count borrowing, right? Fiscal deficit and fiscal deficit. Effective deficit. Effective fiscal deficit. Or whatever it is. Fiscal deficit minus grants given to state for asset creation. Right? And now you have primary gone, effective gone, twin deficit. Covered account deficit minus plus fiscal deficit. Am I correct? Let's see. Yes. Fiscal deficit excluding borrowing. Fiscal deficit excluding borrowing. Fiscal total expenditure minus total receipt. Total expenditure minus total receipt excluding borrowing. How do you do deficit financing? You print money or you the borrowing? Two things. Printing the worst case scenario, external borrowing, internal borrowing. As of now, we have 90% of internal borrowing, I believe, more than 90, and the fiscal consolidation is making economy strong or fiscal, healthy economy. Fiscal deficit, you have FRBM to control that. FRBM and encasing committee for fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit. Escape clause only in case of natural calamities and then natural disasters. Fiscal stimulus, tax relaxation, expenditure on capital asset creation. Government have to make, this is the most ideal solution, expenditure on the capital creation. Expenditure on the capital creation, because later it will create more jobs, thus employment, and then people will have money. Money means the economy is healthy. There's, with asset creation, there will be production. If there is production, employment, employment will be generated. FDI. What's the difference? There is the two basic difference between FDI. One important and basic difference between FDI and FDI is FDI do not exceed 10% investment, whereas FDI exceeds 10% investment in the country. And you can say FDI has a physical presence in the country, whereas FDI they do not have, and they are short term. Their motive is to make profit, and whenever there is economic downturn, or they see the country of the the economy of the country is going through you can say bad phase, then they will shift, they'll move to the better economy better economic or healthy economy country to make investment there, and that is called capital flight, or yeah, you can say capital flight. Flight of capital, hot money, yes, is the best example during step cause ownership, yes, physical presence, yes, long term, yes. And then you have route for FDI, automatic route and approval route to route. Allowed 100% in agriculture, airport, 100% in space now, recently, right? Not website. You cannot website, yes. Where was that? Capital. Okay. Now, okay, highest FDI is in services. Singapore has highest. Karnataka received the most FDI. Singapore has, I mean, source. Singapore is the highest source of FDI in our country. Allowed 100% and not in website. Taxation. Progressive, proportional, regressive, GST, income tax, and Vijay Kelkar is responsible for the credited for the GST in the country. Vijay Kelkar, 1/3 center, 2/3 state. Yes, 1 June 2016, 101 amendment. Destination basis. Yes. No GST on what? Agri product. Yes. 50% quorum. Tax slave 15 10 to 12 20 18 28, and for more or less regressive and corporate tax on profit, benefit of company. No benefit means no corporate tax. How much corporate tax? 35%. And then the MAT tax, minimum alternate tax, is 15% to all companies to control the profit shifting and base erosion that company A and B. Transfer pricing is the main reason for profit MAT tax. That is the result of TDAA, a double taxation avoidance agreement between the countries. Capital gain tax, gain on the selling of assets. Painting salt, you get profit, you have to pay tax on that. Tax avoidance, not illegal, using loopholes. Evasion, illegal, abstaining from paying. Buoyancy, when compared with the GDP, change in tax revenue with changing GDP. That's it. Decrease in TB tax buoyancy, decrease tax collection. GDP increase, tax collection decrease. That means tax collection decrease. Tax collection decrease with economic growth. And then you have types. IGST, CGST, SGST, and next exemption. There's some exemption like tobacco, because of its no GST in tobacco because of its importance, right? Many households are, it's a cottage industry, and many households are involved directly or indirectly in tobacco, directly involved in tobacco production, so GST will be detrimental for them. And 5 hydrocarbons, we have custom duties, liquor for consumption, stamp duty, and state hydrocarbons, liquid for consumption. Electricity bill is not under GST. Road taxes is not under GST. and input credit tax to avoid to avoid cascading effect. Input credit tax to avoid cascading effect. Input tax credit to avoid tax benefit for seller. Tax input tax credit to avoid and benefit for seller. Tax benefit for seller. Cascading effect. Benefit for seller. 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 Tax credit, GST, and NGO, no profit company. Alphanumeric, the board number and alphabet form. Yes. Elasticity, change in GDP revenue, a change in tax revenue with respect to change in the tax slab. Lastly, countervailing duty and anti-dumping duty. They are they to curb the dumping of dumping of exporting nation. They are not taxation. Different anti-dumping duty. India issue with Chinese dumping its domestic product in India. Tax and taxes, cess and surcharges. Surcharges is for by the specific tax and cess for specific purposes. Surcharges is not for specific purposes, but 40% of the 40% will go to the social scheme to consolidate to the consolidated fund of India. Tax haven. These are the countries uh, which which has very low. These are the countries which have very low corporate low taxation, and the reason is to invite big companies to invest in their country. Tax haven, like if you, it doesn't matter if you have a company or not, but if you have, you just have to create a shell company in that particular country and and pay the taxes. These countries are basically small because they don't need require that much. Small economy, smaller than some of the big businessmen, so paying them few, paying them, and then that small amount of interest rate benefits the economy of the country. It doesn't matter if that country has a physical presence on the country, in the country. It can be shell company unless it's paying tax. It doesn't matter, right? So low tax nation, yes, and then when black money are the black money are deposited here, and shell company, like I said, no physical presence. They are only in documents or paper company, where you can say that. But, okay, round tripping, multiple transfers from A source to B source to C to D. Even tracking becomes difficult. So Hawala is a different route of transferring money into the country. For example, if I'm working in abroad like UAE and I'm earning uh, some amount of money, right, and I have to send it back to India, but but the tax I have to pay to the Indian government is too high. It's not. Suppose if I earn 1 lakh and I have to pay 40,000. That means if I'm earning 1 lakh, I can only send 60,000 to my family, and this hardcore money 40,000 will be given to the government, right? So in order to, and imagine this is in a big amount, like 10 lakhs, right? With 10 lakhs I have to pay fuel 1 lakhs to the government, 1 point something lakh, and the people use Hawala. Banami transaction is to have record illegal to curb the illegal trading, ownership And if you are under Benami trading, if you do not have any record or documents, then your property will be curbed. What is PMLF? It's supervised ED, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. And then charges for people collected by center are not obligated to share with the state. State can have their own say. Since charges, equalization tax, digital tax, yes, digital tax for Netflix, ad volume tax, luxury goods, specific tax quantity of the good, GAFA tax to the big companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, and BOP is a budget of budget BOP. Balance of payment, overall balance of payment of the world will be zero. It's how much trade we trade, record of trade, with the within the country. Basically, in a year, normally in a year we calculate how much we traded with how much the trade has been taken between the countries. And current account and capital account. Current account, it involves two types, visible and invisible. Invisible were SIT, service, interest, and transfer. And visible, import and export. Import is more than export. Current account and capital account, you have bill, borrow, investment, and loaned. Investment, borrowed, investment in loaned, lending, loaned, bank, you bank deposit by the NRI, capital, long term, and investment, FDI, FBI, and then FDI, FBI. One more important, banks borrowing, yes, borrowing, loans, borrowing. 750 million is the minimum amount that you can borrow. There is a criteria use of loans. You cannot use it for the repayment of your debt. You are in the debt, but you cannot use it for repayment and transfer. You are not. Tarapur committee said that at least there are some criteria for full capital conversion. As of now, we do not have full capital conversion in capital account. However, we have full convertibility in case of current account convertibility. 100% in current account convertible, and not 100%, not 100%. Tarapur committee is related to this. Okay, economy done. And after that, what's remain now? Quality. Making of Constitution, Indian Independent Act 1949 was declared on 18 July 1949. Indian Independence Act 3 June 1974. It was the Mountbatten plan of partition was placed in the assembly, you know, and 18 July 1947 is the date of introduction of Indian Independence Act implementation, or you can say Indian Independence Act. All right. What happened here? You have two bodies to be appointed. One is Constitution, the Constitution of India, Constitution of India, making a Constitution of India, legislative body, Constitution of to make the Constitution of India was Constitution of India, making of Constitution. Rajendra Prasad. Rajendra Prasad was appointed. And then legislative body who was it? G.V. Malavankar. G.V. Malavankar. G.V. Malavankar. Temporary President Nath Sinha. And two Vice President H.C. Mukherjee. P.T. Krishna Ramachandran Singh. 9 December 1st Assembly. Legislative body बनाई गई Constitution. Rajendra Prasad. Rajendra Prasad. Working on Constitution Rajendra Prasad. Working on Constitution Rajendra Prasad. Okay, making a Constitution. 299 people. Alright, 11 session. 2 years. How many? 2 years. 2 years, 11 months and 18 days, I believe. Yep. Right. Constitution. Elephant was the symbol. Yep. And 11 was the symbol. Who was legal advisor? Legal advisor was B.N. Rao. B.N. Rao, and then H.V.R. Iyengar. Who was that? H.V.R. Iyengar. What role or responsibility H.V.R. Iyengar had? Secretary to the Constitution. Secretary to the Constitution. Damn it. Secretary to the Constitution. 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 Yes. Secretary to the Constitution. Secretary to the Constitution. Secretary. Who? H.V. Iyengar. Alright. H.V. Iyengar, Secretary to the Constitution. H.V. Iyengar, Secretary to the Constitution. H.V. Iyengar, Secretary to the Constitution. S.N. Mukherjee was B.N. Rao. S.N. Mukherjee, Chief Draftsman. S.N. Mukherjee. S.N. Mukherjee, Chief Draftsman. H.V.R. Iyengar, Secretary to the Constitution. Simple majority, not under Article 368. special majority which affects fundamental rights and DPS related to the fundamental rights and DPS will be how much? 50%. Special majority plus 50% affect the federal nature of the Indian Constitution, right? Okay, got it. And S.N. Mukherjee chief draftsman S.N. Mukherjee, Sri Lanka secretary. Okay, she said. Now time for she said. Watermelon sugar ice. Watermelon. Um, basic, right? Basic understanding. What is odd number? What is natural number? What is natural odd? Everyone knows 0, natural 1, and even the odd. It's not common. It's 0 in the natural number home. 0 is not common. Okay. The rational, irrational. What is real number and imaginary number? Imaginary. Real number. Real number. There's two types of real number. Rational and irrational. which can be written in PYQ form. Yeah. Right. Irrational number and irrational number are non-terminating, non-terminating, non-repeating, non-terminating, non-repeating, non-terminating, non-repeating. That means 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is continue. Number keeps on continuing. And then rational, irrational, there are two types of rational. Again, rational are further there are furthermore rational numbers. Fraction is a rational number, and integer is a number. Fraction, integer, terminating, decimal, non-terminating, what? Repeating decimal, repeating. Irrational unknown. Terminating, non-terminating, fraction, negative, you have negative integer and positive integer. Terminating decimal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. This is non-terminating, repeating decimal, non-terminating, repeating the roots, all the roots so basically all the roots are non-integer number. Right. How to solve this? 0.59. Repeating, this is terminating integer number. This side is 13. 3, 13, 11, 3, 3, 3, 3, yeah, we go with the 3, 3 there, 3 and 3, 3, 39, 13, 19 there, so you see. Whole number, natural number, divisible by a prime number, okay. Fair enough. What is prime number? Which divides itself. Number which divides itself. Prime number. 7. Or you can say factor is 1 and itself. Yeah, for example 3, its factor is 1 and 3. Prime number. And composite number. What is composite number? Composite. Two or more than two. Two or more than two factor. 2 or more than 2 factor, right? More than 2 factors. It's not 2, more than 2 factors. More than 2 factors. More than 2 factors. More than two factors इसको 2 से ज़्यादा फैक्टर का कंपोजिट नंबर. और जीरो क्या है? जीरो क्या है बोलने से प्राइम भी नहीं है जीरो, कंपोजिट भी नहीं है, दोनों कुछ नंबर है. whole number to pakka hai lekin. Right, I got this. Proper fraction, improper fraction, composite number, twin prime. क्या है twin prime? twin prime prime number है जिसका difference जो 2 होता है. As far as I can remember, for example 2 and 4, are they prime? No, they are not. 2 is prime, 4 is not prime. 5 7, yeah, 5 7. What's the difference? 2. They are twin prime. Exactly. Face value, place value, x, y, z. What is the place value of y? 10y. What is the face value of y? Place is ones, 100. This is ones, tens. This is 100. Right? Again, representation of number. This particular number, if sum of this x 1 y 2 x 4 x is 20, then what is the value of x? Then you have to make it look, then x remain 10 plus x plus 30 first, 1 plus x 40 plus x 20, right? And how many? 1 2 3 4 that, like that. Divisibility rule again, 1 2 3 4, cyclicity. Divisibility rule, power divided. Most important thing for me is to treat it. If you want to check a number, a bigger number is a prime number, then just add all the number and divide it by 3. If it is divided by 3, divisible by 3, then that is not prime number. And if it's not divisible by 3, that means it can be the prime number, but you have to see the last number, right? Last digit, that depends. Concept of triplet. How many 5 digit prime number can be obtained by using arithmetic sequence? When you have arithmetic sequence a plus n by 2, a plus n. Yeah, this is a plus n by 2, a plus l. Sum of the series look at क्या है. First term दिया होगा, number of terms दिया होगा, last term दिया होगा, last term we don't know, right? Up to 8 up to what? 1 to 99. 9 to 99. How many numbers are there? HCF and LCM. Oh, yeah, okay. What's the relationship? If you're asked to find the HCF of a fraction, for example, 3 by 4 and 4 by 5, what is the LCM? First you have to find the HCF. You have to find, let's say, HCF. Then you'll find the HCF of top and LCM of bottom 20. This is the answer. And if you're asked for LCM, then you have to find the LCM of numerators, that is 12, and HCF of denominator 1, that's 12 is your LCM. Easy, right? And yeah, the product of x and y is equal to LCM of x. No. LCM and HCF. LCM and HCF. This will give you the answer. Third, and this is important. Even power of a number is always positive. Even power of a number, what? Even power of a number is always positive. Okay. If they ask you that x equals to 4, then the value of x will be either 2 or 4, right? And same goes here. 8 minus 8. What do you think? Obviously it will be in minus, because it's an odd, right? If it was an even, like x into 4 minus 2, 16 minus 16, then plus 16, then I would have considered it like 4, not 2 minus 2 or 2. Perfect square, which number should be multiplied to get the perfect square? First you do factorization. Oh, now you get 2 square. Another, how much should you add? 3 square into 2 square. How much is this? 9 into, so how much should be added here? 3, 36, a perfect square. Right, 3 should be added. 32, how much should be multiplied with this to get the perfect square? Do you know, like 2, even though you can get the answer, but just multiplying it. I will ask. Is a multiple of what? Which number? 4 into 8, 8 into 3, 2 into 2. Then it's not 2 if I multiply it, another 2. Perfect square. Odd plus odd, or you get 1 plus 2, 3 you get even, right? And even plus even, you get even, and then even plus odd, you get odd. A plus B, A plus B, A plus B, it's hard. Nah. How do you say x minus a? Yeah, you can write it like that. Well, it doesn't matter. इसको तुम ऐसा लिखो ये x पर समय जो है. So what it which is the largest number? 0, like 2x. I don't know. If I keep going multiply multiple times, I'll write this one. I'll keep it like it as it is, and 2 we can take it as 2 and 3. Another example, which number is bigger here? Okay, 2, alright, 2, 16, okay, I got it, and 2 into 4 into 2, right? So you have further 2 into 2 can be written like this. 4, 2, 8. So it's easy now. You can say which numbers. And if the bases are different, for example, 2 by 16 versus 13 by 12, which number? Right. And then now I have to compare it. How do I know? How would I compare it? Because I cannot multiply. So why don't I play with the power? I can play with the powers, right? 4 into 4, I can write it like that. And 3, I can write 3 into 4, right? I can eliminate this 2 4 from it. So now 2 into 4 versus 3 into 3. Now think about it. The answer is 16 and 7. Interesting. You just have to remember the same number. 16 2. Into 6 3 2 into 6 4, eliminate 6, 3 into 3 power 2 into 4 again 27. What an easy question, no? I got it. Trailing zero. Find trailing zero. 2 into 5 is the first word step. Because how many zeros are after power, compare the power, and then change the number. The form, write the number in 2 into 5 form, and then compare the power, which whichever number has less number of power, that will be considered as, that will be the number of zeros and one calculated. So for example, 100, no, not 100. How many zeros are 25? Oh yeah, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 5, 8, 9, 11, 5, 2, 5, 2 to the power 3, 9, 11. Yeah, we have 4 power, 5 here, 5 has 4 power, 6, 5 to the power 6, 5 to the power 6. Factorization. Same. Factorization. It's often becomes obvious that the 2 will be more than 5, you know. No, it's related questions we have in person. All about music. All about music. what about power, right? Or the 0 49769, yeah, 4 will be 1, obvious. 49769.6. Every number that is divided that has unit digit 6 in the last will get the 6 and 1 1 0 0. 5 so 5 also 5 25 because any time of number you multiply by itself, you'll get the same number. The 7, you either get 1 or 7. 1 will get your odd 9. 1 second, not 7, it's 9. 1 or 9. If number is, if the power of the, if there's a number that has, let's say, odd number in its unit digit, then you'll get 1. The number has even number, then you'll get 9. For example, 2894, and it's of 9. 9, and then you have 6. 6 is an even number. You get 9. And the same number is rated, and the power is 7. That's odd number, then you'll get 1. And then you get this, right? 6, like I said, 6 for 6. 4279. What about the powers with multiple digits? Does it fall? Just check the last digit number. Is it even? It's even. It's even 9. Even 1. It doesn't matter how many, what is the power of the number. For example, you have 4, 6, 7, 9. This is 9, and you have 4, 8, 9, 1. This is even. And the number is 9. If you get this concept, you're done. And the same number 4, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 4, 6, 2, 1. This is odd number. Odd number means you get 9. 4, you get 1. For 4, 1, 4 and 6. 4 for odd and 6 for even. Right? And odd doesn't matter for 6, 7, it's odd number, and then this is 7. This is the only thing that matters. It's odd, that means you get 4. And 2, 4, 7, 4, and 2, 6, 7, 6. This is even. Then I'll get 6 unit digit. For 2, you have to check cyclicity. Cyclicity. What's the cyclicity of 2? 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 6, 2, 5. Should I get 4? This is cyclicity. 4. And suppose I have this number 4. How do I know if this number, what's the unit digit? Then cyclicity 4, 2, 4, we divide it by the cyclicity 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 4, 6. It completely divides, then 0 is 0, 8. That is 0 will be the answer. Completely divides. The 9, there you have to put the number thing. Find the unit digit. One is the separation. 3 is the cyclicity. 9. I'm being asked to find the unit digit of this number. 2, 6. Where's the cyclicity of 3? 3, 4, 2, 6. You divide it by 3, 300. Again, this is 3. is not an issue. Check the prime number of the question. Three sides. Always two sides. N minus 0 into one sides. N minus 0 square into 6. 0 sides. Zero number with color. Zero color. Okay. Zero side with color. Then diagram. Have to do it very careful. A B use A plus B plus C plus AB plus BC plus CA and plus A plus C. Participant. Zero, 5, 10, 15, 20. Don't just, I thought that if the question comes alphabet, like encoding decoding, first try to find it from the questions itself. My first priority is, can you find it by looking at option and question. Go to the formula, especially when coding formula. If both possible are true, then it's right. If any of the possibility is false, calendar centuries with is it divided by 4 century, then this looks good. No. Well, 400 century, 800 century, 1200 century, 700 century. These are centuries. They are really 2400, 2400, is it easier? Just divide it. 4000 divided 400 centuries. Mm, very long. Okay, last attempt. separate regular question answer. What do? You find the LCM and then you multiply it. You multiply it with the total time taken. Percentage in there. With this percentage. How much I should reduce the consumption? Successive change. X means successive change. B percentage. C percentage. as if there was it is 3 4, then 1 2 3 4. How many ways? 1 2 3 4 4 not permutation. Easy, right? 4 3 0. Circular arrangement, usually 6% arranged scale, 1 for fixed letter. Permutation 6. Selection, combination. Selection means permutation. Selection is combination, and arrangement is permutation. Geometry, triangle. How many triangles are there? You have to put a fixed point and check 1 2 3 4 4 points. 1 2 3 4 5 out of how many triangles require, how many points required to form a triangle? There's handshakes, 52 people, and number of ways you take in handshake, 52. Let's say 10 people, and number of people that do handshake, how many? 2 out of 10. This is a formula. No, it's a selection. It's not arrangement, it's a selection. NCR 10 would be so it's 28 people and handshakes. It's not arrangement, it's a selection, right? How many there? 28 2 handshakes. 28 minus 26 2 28 27 26 permutation can be done. More math. 28 handshakes. Total number of handshakes 28. How many people were there? So 28 is equal, and formula is n minus r, right? N minus 2. Number will keep on decreasing. Scavelli. Double awareness all this time. Final. Easy. Think of more efficient and gender. Okay, we can get 125 by 100 efficiency 5 and this put that. Okay, I'll do it. 5 20 5 5 yes, for efficiency. Because it doesn't complete piece of work. This is efficiency. This is the total Ashutosh complete. Yeah, our Ashutosh 5 into 2 total war is 60. Then we can do 15 hour easy. I can do complete 20 work in 18 days and at this 60. The work. I think I come. It's 100 days, 100 work. 600. 24, 24, 23, 12, 24. How much? 3, 16, 4, minutes, 160, 24. Easy. Uh, 10 and 15 minutes respectively. Then by 4. 2, 80, 2. 4 यूनिट काम करता है A और ये 4 B काम करता है 1 यूनिट B 5 यूनिट का काम करता है एक बहुत देता है मुझे तक 5 यूनिट कितना टाइम लग गया टोटल कितना काम है और 8 such a easy 8 minutes. Ramesh completes in 8 hours. Sham is 50% as efficient as Ramesh. So this is Sham. This is Ramesh. Sham is 50% efficient. 1 step 2. Okay. Sham around 50% efficient. 100 divided to other 50%. 1 by 2. Sham का ये 8. Muslim completes in 8 hours. 1 minute. रमेश कितना काम कर रहा पता है 16 total काम is 16 है पता चल गया. So how long it take to complete the task? How long will it take Sham को कितना यूनिट काम है efficient. Got it. As twice as good as efficient, so efficiency A or B. As good as twice as B, 2 to 1. Together they finish a piece of 18 days. Together how much? 3 unit 18 days. 18 days I can't put now. Not 3, 4, 5, 54 unit total work. And how many days will this work? Ega efficiency 2. A person bought a car, sold it for rupees 30, but it incurred a loss of 20%. And how much did it spend to buy the car? A person bought a car, sold it for rupees 20%. Loss by got 20 by 100 and 1 by 4 1 by 5 CP no CP SP by CP SP is कितना होगा selling price loss 4 by 5 और उसके बाद sold price and selling price is X cost price spend how much did he spend cost price to make another and so Hunter was selling 2 gods at the same price, makes a profit of 10% on one god and was a separate 10% on the other. Essence X squared by 100 god. So 10%. So 1%. What is this represents? A cost price of 2 product is same, then there is 0 profit. Selling price is same. If selling price is same of 2 product, then the profit loss is selling price. Selling 2 gods, selling at the same price. Makes a profit of 10 and then gets a loss of 10. If the cost price of together like this, something there is the cost price of product is something there is 0 profit. If the selling price is same, then X is square. Discount for cash payment on the market price. The third still makes 10% gain. What is the cost price of the third person? 100%. Person allow 10% discount for person 10% discount to payment at the market price. Discount by market price. Discount how much? 10. Selling price the market price. What is selling price? Discount 10. 9 by 10. At market price. Selling the discount price. 10% gain. Game is always the best. That's the number of people. That's the number. There's a line. Total number of people at position. There is current 13 on left here. What's this? Okay. In the line X Y in the line X is 15 from the left corner and Y is 38 from the left corner. Find how many person are sitting between X and Y. ऐसे टाइप का करना. If X is 15 from the left corner, Y is 35 from the left corner. And how many person are sitting between X and Y? Same direction. 35 minus 15 दोनों का बीच का आदमी निकलेगा ना, right? So 20, how much? Subtract it, you get 20. यहाँ से यहाँ का subtract, double counting, 19. Or you can say that it asks total number of people position से क्या करेगा, at position 1 and 2 and subtract by 1. total number of people यहाँ से 15 20 and इसका 18 पे निकालो and then you have to add करो and 1 double counting and then subtract 1. Works position both side ranking. Subtract total from one side. Rank 8 plus 1 rank side opposite. If asked position both side ranking, subtract total from one side. 8 plus 1 rank of opposite side. You will get the rank of opposite side. With the Ravi Sumit in the class of 39, Sumit's rank is 17. From the last, let's rank from the first ranks from the start. Okay, it's easy, right? 39 है total. 39 में से देखिएगा rank is, if Sumit's rank is 17 from the last. क्या करेगा, 17 माइनस करो आप, क्या 22 rank minus 17 from the last, subtract. अगर इसमें अभी आप +1 करेगा तो 23 ये साइड का रैंक दूसरा पोजीशन का रैंक राइट साइड से होगा. Ravi is 5 point ahead of Sumit in the class. So Ravi then minus 7, 16. So over edge of kind of high ratio total age यहाँ का 7, 8, 9, 12 years and then 12 years में कितना यूनिट पड़ा 6 1 minute represents how many years 2 years about 1 minute तो यहाँ कितना यूनिट पड़ा 5 ask the number of people दोनों को ऐड करो and subtract 1 करो double counting ask position both side का ranking करेंगे यहाँ से यहाँ बताया subtract total from one side total होगा इसको subtract करो plus add करो अगर 39 नंबर टोटल नंबर होगा इसका रंग 14 है यहाँ से इसका रंग 15 है यहाँ से कैसे करेगा 24 plus 15 39 the line X is 5 from the left bigger line X is 15 from the left 35 from the right more X is direction is same direction is the subject.